Today we're going to play Deus Ex Human Revolution and reminisce about the creation of the game. We spent quite a few years of our lives developing it, so obviously we have a lot of memories attached to it. We're going to try and share as much as we can.
Hi, my name is Jean-François Dugas. I'm the Executive Game Director on Deus Ex.
And I'm Jonathan Jacques Belletete, and I'm the Executive Art Director on the Deus Ex franchise.
The loading screens, I wanted them quick.
Oh, quick.
Very, very quick.
I thought you didn't want any loading screen.
But now we're on PC, it's not too bad. We were using camera angles because we didn't have all the CD.
Yeah, we were hiding it.
Yeah, we were hiding like all the pieces that were not built and everything.
Look, it's not even touching. The VTOL is not even touching the ground.
Yeah,
there's hangar A and there's hangar A. What's up with that? I don't remember that.
Me either.
Hey, park it in hangar B. What? Park it in hangar A. Which one?
I see only
A. But which one? The right one or the left one?
Actually, that conversation with Farida Malik back in the day, like when we had our first playthrough, it didn't exist. It was a time like we had the first pass of the story implemented in the game, and there was nothing personal and nothing that was making you ask questions about how it felt being augmented or whatever. And that was
because that's after his first mission as a super cyborg, right?
Yeah.
So there was like nothing
that was reinforcing the theme of transhumanism and how you felt as a player, because in this we're basically going to ask the player how did it feel, or like to get
we're asking the player through Adam.
Yeah, exactly. But that didn't exist the first time around. It's like we were like, something's missing.
So every choice is X. Shouldn't be like Y and B. No, okay. So what did she? They came in handy today. Okay, yeah. So she just asked me about my OGs. Yeah,
exactly. That's you went in the manufacturing plant.
Yeah.
You had the first taste of augmentations.
They intrigued me. I felt tingling when I used them.
I still don't know if I would have if given the choice. But today,
man, his shoulders were so damn wide.
Yeah, it was a little bit over the top.
It was a little bit. That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
Just be careful, okay?
But
maybe
it was a little too much.
Slightly too much.
A little too much.
And Adam Jensen, like when you look at it, it didn't look that good in the game compared to the CGI trailer whatsoever. There's a big difference. Like today, it looks way more like in the CGI.
Yeah, but I think his face kicked ass in the game.
Oh, I'm not saying.
You mean it's not that it didn't look good. There was a big difference in quality. As of now, there's a lot less difference.
Yep.
Mankind divided.
That's what I meant. Thank you, John.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's late.
And it's funny that Farida Malik, for us, when we build this game, and with the story we were building, we knew that Adam Jensen would have a pilot, right?
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it. We had this, the idea it would be a female pilot and but there wasn't much background story about that character, or like for us at that point, it was not. It was just like someone that drives you to
who drove the chopper
from A to B. And then as we build the game, like we gave her more and more flavor, and the art came in and made that interesting character.
Then the fans made her the most important character of the whole game.
Yeah, it's crazy. Then that's why my point. This is where I was going with that. Like,
sleep. Too long this conversation.
People felt like she was one of the few characters in the game
they got really emotionally attached to.
Yes, but she stays true to herself. She has no. Well, if she has a hidden agenda, nobody knows about it.
She's like the only one who doesn't appear to be lying.
Yeah.
In this whole game of liars.
And Pritchard, he behaves like a prick, but he's also very truthful, like Malik can be in the game.
Nah, Pritchard's hiding something, man.
Yeah.
No way, Pritchard is.
He wants to do a play. He wrote a play.
Yeah, so the VTOL is I think it still looks super good today. I've always wanted to make a kit model, like a kit bash out of it, like buy a tons of like model of like choppers and airplanes and tanks and then kit bash it into the VTOL. I think we did such a good job. It looks so low poly nowadays, but still the design is super good. I'm really, really happy with what we came up with it. Yeah, but speaking of Malik, right? There's a lot of people that are so bummed that we're not bringing her back in the stuff that we've shown yet of Mankind Divided. And they're like, how come she's not her new pilot? Blah blah blah.
Time will tell.
Time will tell, exactly.
Yeah.
What was that? Was X everything? Yeah, there.
Yeah, it was X. We all
So,
changed the controls,
yeah,
so
everything's
it's
been changed.
confusing. Yeah.
What was cover? It's cover. There. I'm spying on. What is she doing? This is Rebecca. I have a crush on her.
Go see her for fun. Go
I
see
don't know.
her.
I'm shy.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Oh, man.
You're able.
I don't know if she likes me or not.
You've been around.
Yeah, a few times.
So point on her, please.
What do you mean? Like talk to her?
Yeah.
Jensen, you were there at the plant. What happened? How did that monster get away from you?
Sarif employees. Okay. I couldn't remember what were the tags we were giving to
For
the
those people.
NPCs
What if he attacks us here?
and our great
Newspapers.
Picus Daily. the
So much
newspaper.
work that went into these newspapers, and it was crazy. Like all the art. Because how many we have? There's like 6 or 8 different ones of those.
Probably more than that, actually. We had quite a bit, like at some points, as you were going through some of the missions, some of the key beats, then
Yeah,
we
they
were
changed
updating them with some of the events depending on how you played or not. For example, in the police station, that is a little bit later on.
It adapts to what you did. Like
exactly.
if you killed everybody in the
Yeah,
police
yeah,
station and
yeah.
everything.
So now we have to go see Pritchard, I guess.
So I remember these the security guards. We totally forgot about them. We totally forgot designing them, and then it's like towards the end of the game, I made like this really, really quick sketch in Photoshop in like 12 minutes. I was like, hey, there we go. All right, it's them. And so there was never like a proper concept art for those guys. The guy who eternally cleanses the windows. So we need to go see Pritchard, right?
Yep.
Mr. Sarif.
Oh, that's the old version when he had big eyebrows. We never changed him because
yeah.
at some point we have the David Sarif had like huge eyebrows as a character, and we went back to it, and we were calling him David Sourcils in French.
His
Eyebrow
sourcil.
is sourcil, so
Is that how you
Sourcif.
call it?
It was David
remember
Sourcif.
There's a Final Fantasy 27 poster that we actually had to like ask like the upper echelons of
At
Square Enix
Japan,
if we could do that.
and
Yeah.
they said yes.
It took a while though to get their answer. For
Yeah.
that.
And now our beloved friend Pritchard.
Pritchard.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us
Yeah,
all.
those lines were playing differently depending how you played the previous.
So now we didn't
mission.
kill anybody in the manufacturing plant, so he calls us Mahatma Gandhi because we
Yes,
probably did it.
that's the stealth version. Yeah.
version.
Yeah. You didn't kill anyone, and on the other one it's Attila the Hunt or something like that, if I remember well. And that was really important to us to make sure that what you were doing, like people in the round would react accordingly and making you feel like
It's a big part of the franchise.
Yeah,
It gives you this
absolutely.
idea. It gives you the impression that the game is not. I mean that you have a real impact on the world because people react to it.
Yeah.
That's what it was in the first one, right? Like the first time you
Yeah.
went into the girls' bathroom, the women's bathroom, and then
Someone
the
was
secretary
commenting.
was commenting that you went into the girl. And I was
Wasn't
like,
it Menderly? I can't remember.
I think it's his secretary.
Oh really? Okay.
And I remember being like, wait a second, the game knows,
Yeah.
obviously the game knows, but I mean it's taken.
And we repeated
It's
that
actually telling
scene in the game,
Yeah.
and this is Pritchard that tells you that.
Yeah.
Like it was an homage to the original game.
So what do we need to do now, Jeff? Because I didn't listen to Pritchard at all. I don't remember.
Well,
Oh, we
we
need to go
have
see
to
David.
go David Sourcif.
Yeah. So this is when we're trying to
Yeah.
make people believe this. It's a much bigger building, but there's something weird in there, isn't it? There's wasn't there something that we messed up? There's like
What we messed up is that actually we didn't realize that the team wouldn't be able to make the elevator go to different
floors, yeah.
floors. So we could only be at that floor and go to the top, but you could go to another floor. Like you couldn't stop in between floors, kind of thing. You had to go from one floor to the last one, or vice versa. But it was kind of a
Elevators were a bit of a pain in the ass.
yeah. So we had to do the make believe.
My
And
God,
now we're
look
going
at
to
that
see
font.
we're going to see the city on the other end. I think.
Nope, that's in the other one.
I'm telling you, Hugh, he might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
Yeah, you wanted to see me?
Yeah.
We were in Detroit. The baseball thing was,
That was your thing.
yeah.
Baseball fan.
Yep.
Yup.
Yep. Can we go in the garage and play some baseball?
Yup.
Yep.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. That's the best non-porn magazine.
Is it Good Housekeeping?
Good housekeeping.
That's not part of the game though.
No.
But I like to take
I
charge.
see. I'm also starting to see why your superiors in the police force decided to blame you for the Mexican town.
I remember like all the gestures we had for the characters, we like just had a handful, and oftentimes when they were arguing, they were going, yeah, I'm telling you this is happening, and
Remember for the longest time during production, the NPCs couldn't hold anything in their
Yes.
hands. It didn't work, so it was all kind of clipped through
Yeah.
their hands, and it would stop like at their wrist.
Oh,
So everybody, a lot of NPCs somehow in our world read their tablets. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Everybody's on their phones today and everything. But the tablets would always be floating in people's wrists and be talking to you with their tablets like this.
And
Or
we're-
sitting like the stool, the chair would be here and it'd be sitting there.
and
And
we were
floating.
going nuts over it for a long time
Yeah,
until we
it's
realized it
crazy,
was really complicated and it would only be fixed by the end. So at some point we stopped,
stopped.
yelling about it.
it was really annoying. I think if people knew how games are made, you know what I mean, how the stages we go through, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
it's like, right, it's like when we had that bug that we just talked about. Like, we knew this wasn't right. We knew that
Yeah.
this is not what we wanted. But
And
it
we
took-
knew that everybody knew that
everybody
too.
knew, but
Yeah.
it's still, we had to wait 2 years for that thing to stop being like that, right? It's,
But that's the thing, when there's so many things at once that need to be taken care of, there's so much bandwidth you can deal with.
remember that? We're in Coruscant? What's the planet in Star Wars? Coruscant?
Coruscant.
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 Because there's so many things flying around. I remember saying I didn't want to have this. There used to be much more than that.
Yeah, we tone it down.
They used to be like the highways of spaceship, like on Coruscant.
At some point, it was the
And,
ducks going south for the winter.
That's exactly what it was. And actually, there's less than I remember. I think
Oh.
if you wait long enough, there's like 8 of them that come at the same time.
No, it's because we tone it down
Yeah, we ended up toning it down.
dramatically.
That was one of the big things I didn't want is to have like this kind
Too
of,
much.
Yeah, vision of the future. We're like, like the
Yeah,
Jetsons
yeah.
flying across the,
It's too much.
the city. Yeah. Okay, so now we need to get out of there.
Oh,
again, right?
sorry, John, but we didn't take the time to admire your ceiling.
This is
here.
one of my favorite rooms in the
Yeah.
entire game. Actually, it's true. Yes, it's a.
And who,
it's a
who
game
said
about
that? Like,
ceilings.
yeah, someone said that at some point. It's the.
There's some journalists that said it.
Yeah. It's one of the
there's,
best
Yeah.
games out there about
There-
ceilings.
I've received emails about mine kind of it saying that people hope that the crazy ceilings are
Are
coming
back.
back, yeah. Oh man, this is where there's all the posters from my girlfriend at the time. This is actually posters she did. She was in design school, and
Some
these.
is the stuff she did.
Yeah, because we needed to do all these posters, and I was like, I guess I got lazy. I didn't want to have to design all these things, and I just stole her stuff and put it at small little
And it's
fixtures.
super high res.
Super high res. Yeah.
The,
doesn't
the,
really
the way
do
was
that.
intended by the creator.
Of course. This is not one of those though. But,
Slaves.
this probably
Slave to
this,
socks.
This is probably
in
Phil Chu who
concert.
did that. You know? Yeah. Rock concert. That's the kind of stuff he does. No?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But why Phil Chu?
Because this is the kind of stuff he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying here.
The cars, man. The cars. That's shows its age big time.
And I remember all the discussions about them, like they needed to be cover friendly and everything. Like it sounds silly, but doing a cover-based game, it's quite a lot of headaches, and it's a big nightmare for artists that are trying to, because you don't want to make a world that looks like just sharp angles, like squares and things like that. We want the clutter, we want it to feel rounded. But you still have to support the cover system, so it's quite tricky.
Man, it almost looks cell shaded, man.
Yeah, like we're so used to the new generation of consoles and new PCs around, and when you look at it, like.
But that's what we wanted. I wanted things. I wanted like textures to be very clean and very kind of, you know.
But it's more striking today. Like, it's what, like 4 years ago, almost. Humanity Front, that poster, actually our group was called Humanity First.
Humanity First, yeah.
And
but that existed.
It existed, so for the legal reasons we had to change it all over the place in dialogues, the posters, everything. It's fun as you walk by, like all the little things that this guy getting into the old garage. I remember all the discussions that we did it because some people feared that we wouldn't find the weapon dealers, so it was a way to attract...
Like an enticer.
An enticer to attract players to go investigate that area.
So this was cool show don't tell for the time. It's like, you know, we didn't have the budget to do a riot or to do like a big, not necessarily a riot, but a protest in front of the limb clinic. So we said, okay, let's just do the state after the protest when people left and all the
but originally we wanted the protest to
we
go
wanted
on.
the real thing, but you know, sometimes it's either money or time or tech constraint, and then you need to find alternatives, right?
And did we break windows? Because I knew that I remember I was asking for some broken windows or some dirt, I mean on the limb clinic.
No, I know, but I saw the texture and I thought it was broken, but
oh.
So that's the glitch.
Yeah, the famous glitch
famous
that comes later.
Later, but no, it comes now. All right, so we need to go see Dr. What's her name again?
Markovic.
Markovic. So we're playing the director's cut. I just realized.
Yeah.
So we could actually go to all the stuff that we talked.
The commentaries.
Yeah, and just shut up.
And shut up and listen to our.
just listen to our own.
Yeah.
She used to be younger or older? I don't remember. There was a different model of her at one point.
At some point she was younger.
Yeah.
And now she became something even older, and I think we brought her back to something. She had a tough...
So you think she's augmented her?
That's a good question, huh?
She's probably augmented.
When I look at those eyes, she looks you straight in the eye. She talks with confidence, and probably in that day of age, augmentations were giving you the boost of confidence you need.
She has a personality augmentation?
Yeah.
She was really shy. And, okay.
I think she's augmented, yeah.
Okay.
She's very discreet about it, but I think she is.
I didn't know about these. You guys did you put a lot of details in that.
Can you go, like we had the operation rooms in the back. You remember at first, every time we were supposed to go there and have an operation on Adam Jensen?
It used to be that every time, it wasn't like we couldn't use the praxis kits on the fly.
It didn't exist, that
didn't
concept.
exist, exactly. We needed to come to the limb clinic, pay, and then we actually wanted to, have to walk, to the room and get the operation going, and there would have been a cutscene every time, and we would see like the new augmentation that we had, and
it was
that didn't happen.
Bad idea.
And I think that the reason why, if I remember properly, the reason why we can still go into this corridor and watch everything, we ended up putting a computer and writing stuff, but I remember complaining quite a bit that I still wanted this to be open because we had put so much effort in this. It doesn't really look anymore like we put
actually
efforts.
we wanted to keep it open because like we always said, like in DSX, most of the places you see you should be able to go, and we had the same debate that there should be a secret passage to go to where the Dr. Markovic that welcomes you, that you could go in her booth, but in the end
I like how people are being operated on with their fully with all their clothes on.
Yeah, that's great. And can we go where the scientists are in the back?
No, we can't.
Because
I
at some
remember.
point we
Here?
were supposed to go.
No, this is all locked up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of our big failures.
Even Dr. Markovich, we can go behind it in that thing. Not anymore.
No, not anymore. But at some point it was discussed, and
Yeah. So I remember being super pleased about this room with all the little things, the little products, the little boxes, and
it was
the
one
little
of the
brands.
first one that
It was one of the
we,
first ones that we did that, but man, it looks like nothing anymore. But yeah, here's wasn't there something funny in this computer?
In 2008, it was impressive.
Yeah, it was. I seem to remember there was like something. Yeah, there was like
What?
there's something about the World Health Organization. Was it
Yeah,
this one?
that's the second one.
Whatever, I'm not gonna read that. But yeah. Yeah, so this used to be like major gameplay here in the sense that, yeah, you'd come here, you'd get augmented, and yeah, there would be like different cutscenes and blah, blah, blah. But now it's just kind of, it's just like a cool place to go and look at. Man, there was like so many iterations of the Limb Clinic, remember, in terms of concept art, and yeah, it took quite a while to get it. There was like it was like really cyber renaissance thing with the chandeliers and the things on the little how do you call that? Little boxes on the walls and.
Yeah. And I remember also that we had a lot of discussions about whether you should be able to pull your gun there or not.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
And then at some point, some people were suggesting to put turrets and.
Yeah, because if you could start
Yeah.
chaos and shoot everybody,
Yeah.
you yeah.
We
who's gonna
needed a
shoot
way
back at you?
to calm you down.
Yeah, there was a lot of meetings about
Yeah.
chaos and how we manage it in certain situations, and where can we drag the body all over into like another part of the city or not, and all this stuff, right? Yeah.
Crazy amount of discussions about those things.
Of course.
And sometimes, we were, as much as possible, we were rooting for, you know what, if a player wants to go crazy and do some crazy shit.
break the game almost.
It breaks the game, but at the same time, we thought it was important to allow them to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah. So this is the part of the city that we've always wanted to be kind of like the modern part, right? Like the part that we call it the Serif Industries part, because Serif Industries is just at the end, and it's kind of like all the new stores and
It's blooming again.
yeah, it's blooming again. It looks more modern and everything. And then now we need to go to the police station.
Yeah.
And that's the part of the city that we kind of, well, we called it the police building section, but it was more like an older part of Detroit, right, with the old buildings and the old architecture.
But before we get there, we're going to see our
Oh, yeah.
amazing dancer.
That
the prodigy,
the
prodigy senior that is
whatever.
dancing.
yeah,
That was awesome.
maybe he's the Joker as well. I don't know.
Yeah. And
Some
like
red lipstick and he's the Joker.
my only regret with this one is that it would have been cool if it had been an augmented kind of artist,
Yeah,
like
sure.
doing crazy stuff.
What is
and-
augmentations, right? Some
yes,
kind of
yes.
crazy stuff, crazy
Yeah.
dance that can only happen with augmentations, and it
yeah.
wouldn't have been able otherwise. And yeah, this is
And-
what it should have been.
But it was too late. Like when we wanted to address that, it was, you can do it.
Yeah.
So we were running out of time. This guy has
There
the
used
moves.
to be, yeah, this guy has some moves, man. I remember we wanted to have this convenience store here open. We wanted to be able to walk into it and whatever, but again. So now we're gonna see Eliza's second dress, which we only see in ads right here.
Yeah.
She doesn't wear it. Pretty cool stuff.
And the train passes in front of her.
Yeah, that was all planned. No, but it is. It's all scripted, right? We arrive here. So here's the alleyways right here. We can arrive through here. We can also arrive through the sewers.
And
And
we
here's
can
the
get in the
police
police
station.
station from there.
From the sewers, yeah. So that's the old part of town. Remember when we wanted to have an actual neighborhood almost only for the augmented people? That's where Adam Jensen's building would have been, and I wanted the whole place to really look cyber renaissance. Like all the buildings would have been these new kind of architecture based on Baroque and Renaissance things. And
We did a good job, eh?
we did an amazing job. And I remember when we cut it and we said, no, it's just going to be too much.
I can't remember why we
Adam's
didn't do
building.
that.
I think it was just production.
It was too
It
taxing.
was just too taxing to have all these different palettes. So it's always the same story.
It's the Chiron building,
Chiron building, right?
if I remember well.
And here is to go to where the gangs are.
The Lyric Row.
They're really bro, yeah. So let's try to go. Let's try to stealth and go to that.
Let's go crazy.
Go to the antenna Even though we haven't had any news about it yet,
Yeah,
right? Because
but-
if we reach the antenna before we have
the game reacts to it.
the game reacts to it, right?
Yeah.
Before we hear that it's being jammed, then we need to go and jam it and stuff, right? All right. Let's see what these punks are gonna say.
This DRB turf, asshole. Don't try it.
It's been so
Now
long.
we need to go to the police station.
No, I know, but do I have some practice points now? What do I have?
No, you have nothing.
Nothing.
You have nothing because
How
you
come
didn't-
there's nothing, Jeff? This is,
It's balancing.
why didn't you make a game in which I had?
Nah, we couldn't do that.
You could have made the game for me. Okay, so let's try to go with nothing. Let's try like no augmentations or.
And you know there's the stealth pad there, and I think through the other alley on the other side of that area of Detroit, we can go around and.
Yeah, we can go through the
and-
sewers as well.
And go, but also go from get in from the apartment section.
So I don't even remember, man. So I really have no augmentations at all now.
No, it's because we didn't start at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I know. But wait a second. Okay, I have this.
Maybe you can go in the menu. There's the debug menu, so you can assign.
No, this is gonna be fun. You're gonna see. All right.
I didn't realize we put that much backlight on the characters.
It was the era. It was the era of backlight. That's what it was. Everybody did it.
We're still doing it. Otherwise, you
Is
don't
this
see
guy
the
gonna turn around? There we
characters.
go. All right. So
Back in the day, when if you were stealthy and you were going for the lethal takedown, you were like attracting the attention of everyone.
Yeah.
Which it's something that in Mankind Divided, it's not going
No.
to play out the same.
bit of headshots. So these gangs, who were they, Jeff?
Those
what's their
are,
deal?
if I remember well, those are the DRBs. I can't remember what the acronym is standing for, but those
DRBs
were
derelict row bangers.
yeah,
That's what it was.
they were against augmentation, like
These
they were-
ones, yeah?
yeah.
So they're
yeah.
not augmented.
Yeah.
There we go.
And I remember we had to light that place several times.
Yeah, it was
like
really dark.
It was really dark, hard to know where to go. I remember some of the first playthrough, some of the journalists or some even the playtesters when they started to play that map, and even some of our dev colleagues, like they went and tried to break the game and like, ho, I'm going to go there first. And then go for the objective, and they thought like the game wouldn't allow you to do that, and it was quite the
Yeah, it
opposite.
does,
Like
yeah.
the game lets you.
Yeah. You remember how many times we redid the Detroit map?
City Hub?
The City Hub,
Three.
yeah.
At least three
At
times.
least 3 times, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big learning process.
Yeah, because at first we were trying to, like in America, like a lot of the streets are really, really wide, and we were trying to replicate that,
yeah.
and it felt so empty and so.
And much bigger than in real life somehow, even though
Yeah,
we use the same
yeah.
metrics. But that's what, sometimes because of the how much the lens is open in a first-person shooter,
Yeah,
right? Like the
yeah.
amount of
So
it makes
you-
everything look bigger and.
It was not creating a good feeling, and we had to just go for kind of an interpretation, a
Cut it out.
caricature of.
Yeah, it looked like a caricature of a city.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also remember, like there was all the streaming, how we streamed the map. Right?
Yeah, oh, yes,
There was
yes.
a lot of iterations because of that, right? That's the whole section with the alleys is because of that.
Because of that, and
There's
where's there's the
streaming.
metro
The
station
metro
in
is,
the
is,
beginning,
is,
yeah,
uh,
in the
is
middle.
a streaming section in the
Yeah.
middle, yeah.
Yeah. All because of that.
All because we need to load the rest. Because Jeff didn't want to have loading screens.
Yeah.
And loading time in the
In the map, in the city hubs.
once you're in the maps, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some dudes here. Okay, let's try this.
So now you go from the blue to the green.
Thanks, Jeff. I'll try this.
You can do it.
You think?
Yeah. I'm positive.
I ended up having a lot of fun with the hacking in the game. You know, when you start having your augmentations and you start having the bombs and the stops and all that stuff. It was really cool.
Jensen.
How many iterations did you and Frank go
I shut down some
through
sort of
for the
signal
hacking?
antenna down the road.
It started because people have need to understand that Frank is the master of Excel, the software.
Yeah, he could make a whole game in Excel.
Yeah, and actually the first hacking prototype was all done in Excel, and he
That was my favorite one. That one.
And he was refreshing like the calculations, whatever, like every seconds or two, and he had like red dots going in the Excel sheet in his diagram, like where like it was simulating the enemies. Enemy patrols. You don't have the Icarus landing, buddy.
Yeah, but I figured he can. Yeah, gee, really? He's dead?
Bam.
That was like 2 floors. Okay, so here's our
friend,
our really good friend, Mr. Oss. That yeah. So that kid. So they talk about their past. They were in a SWAT together.
Yeah.
Adam and Oss.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, and there was an augmented kid. He was 15, right?
Yeah, and he had a mechanical cannon on his head.
No, but he didn't. But we don't know what he had actually.
But
Adam was given the order to shoot. He didn't want because it was a kid.
Yeah.
And Wayne did it.
Yeah, it was.
But we kept on joking throughout the production that it was like this little kid, this tall. His augmentation was like a Sherman turret on his head, right? And he's playing in the playground. There's all the cups around, but
Did you keep the drawing?
He's just playing.
I did. You never kept
Yeah,
it?
there's drawings of that all over the place.
Yeah.
We did tons of doodles of that. This is where we used to have George Bush's face. No, that was in the concept art. And the concept art of this scene.
It has been released to the public.
Yeah, it was released because sometimes we just put placeholders in concept art, but we should always be careful. And the concept art of this, one of the wanted thing is George W. Bush, which totally makes sense.
But we removed it.
Yeah, hang on just a sec. Shit.
Jensen?
Oz, surprised to see you here.
Yeah.
Man, that's.
I guess you're better at looking out for yourself.
How
than
much
I am.
money went
I
into
don't have
that
time for
conversation?
yourself,
You think?
I need to get into the morgue.
$5-10 maybe.
Yeah,
No, forget it.
maybe
I don't know
10.
what's going on.
I
with that
actually-
We worked on that.
My orders come from the
What?
brass.
We did
No
Kickstarter
one
for
gets
it.
in.
We
First
kickstarted
thing you say to me after
the
almost 2 years is
conversation.
you want something?
Giving you an order? You've always
Those
Man,
were
that was
crazy.
that was an ongoing work until the end. I think when it was almost
Get off
like
being so self-righteous.
seriously.
Not in the last year, the first 3 years. It took us 3 years to nail that because I remember the last year we had to do all the other ones, and it was a pretty
It was like our
hectic
benchmark.
schedule. Yeah, it was the benchmark because there was the look, the stylization for character at first looked even more
was more stylized
cartoonish,
than that,
more
yeah.
stylized. And then at some point you revised the way we were doing it, and Wayne Ass was the first one to
Yeah.
to
So
get
do you
that
remember how to
treatment.
get him to let us in? I don't remember at all.
Play it, man. Wing it.
Okay, look, you're angry, and you've got a right to be.
I can't
Putting
remember.
you in a bad position.
But
I
now you
to
have the
get inside that
augmentation,
morgue.
so if you pay
I won't
attention
let
to
it get
the
back to you.
pheromone
Oh, yeah,
types,
I'm
you
always
can.
in a bad position. I don't see how
So
can
we
beat
had
it.
this thing. Oh, I see. You remember the pills in the back?
pills, yeah.
The moment I open that door, I'm finished.
Yeah, actually, with the social augmentation, you can
Yeah, that's why it's
use that
flashing.
against
That's
him.
all I
Yeah.
have. Don't make me do this.
So he was a running joke throughout the development because
Yeah.
he's so whiny and he's so
So
complaining
weak.
all. He's so weak. So we were always
Yes,
kind of.
your job is at risk.
It was a character that
Yes,
a lot of
you've taken
people
the blame
like
for what
love to
happened in the
hate.
past, but
Yeah,
look,
exactly.
I need your help, and it's important.
So
Give
Omega
me a word,
flashed a
whatever
couple of
happens, I'll
times
take care of
already.
you.
I don't even remember how
You
that
didn't lift a
works.
finger for me back then.
You have to
Why
go
should things
with
be different now? Where do you
the
get
one
off
that
the
is
past?
dominant, the one that
It's
comes
been
back
2
the
years since that
the
kid
most
died.
often.
When are you gonna let me off
Yeah,
the hook?
yeah.
Yeah, I took his life. He was a threat, and you knew it. So don't come here.
So it
acting
was
all high and
actually the first one. Wayne Ass is the only one I think that the body is not mocap. It's all hand animated, if I remember.
He was
well.
all he was all hand animated.
He was 15. I can't.
I don't remember.
Okay, look, I've handled this all wrong. From the minute I walked
But it
in.
was cool to see his reactions and
I guess I wasn't prepared.
Yeah,
to
we
face
thought
the
this
past and
animation
how
was
much it
pretty
screwed
good.
everyone up. myself included.
Back in the day, it was not too bad.
How can I start this again?
I don't know.
To-
I wasn't
today it
exactly
feels a little bit
prepared to face
simplistic,
it
but-
either. I guess I need a little time to mull it over. So just go away for now.
And his eyes
Come
are
back
so
when I've had a
stiff.
chance to think.
Oh, you got a neutral, I think.
So,
There was a demonstration at the limb clinic.
You can go outside, you can go by the...
I can start shooting everybody if I want to.
Two. Since you're that kind of guy and you have the right equipment to do that.
Who's fooling around with the door?
Yeah. Sir, come back here. What? Oh. Da-da-da-da.
I really like that effect that we did with did a little triangular
It was beautiful.
screen thing when he disappears. It's still
Yeah.
it's still pretty damn good.
Do it with the X-ray to see. The smart vision.
Do I have it?
It's
yeah, there we
the
go.
yeah. Do it again. Again. Huh.
Again?
Again, please.
Yeah.
Once more. It's
But
beautiful.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Back then, I really liked it.
What I remember is that in the blueprint, this map, when we were blueprinting all the game on paper and what would be the experience, the mission objectives, the choices, the consequences, all, when we were figuring out all those things, and we were putting the average amount of time we thought it would take to players to get this done. And I remember on the blueprint, this thing was, I think it was between 10 to 20 minutes tops.
You can spend 2 hours.
You
in
can
that map.
spend, yeah.
Easy.
When
Easy.
when I used to play that map, and with my play style, it was 90 minutes, and
Yeah,
it was
there
like,
we go.
holy shit.
So this is the part of the demo that we had in Japan
And
in
that
Tokyo
you
that I would
screw up.
Well, I've done it a few times, yeah. Because I remember in the demo we needed to. It had to be done. What we wanted is to do it stealthily, right? So I had to go down here, make sure this guy didn't see me. Why is he? He didn't. He used to move, didn't he?
He still moves.
Yeah, he moves once I get down. Is that it? I get
I don't
downstairs.
know if it's that or... Oh,
Yeah, there we go. That took
maybe
a
it's
long
that.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oop,
see,
oop,
that's when I would mess it up. Exactly.
Or sometimes you were making too much noise on the steps.
Yeah, there we go. Did it
See,
again.
Take that.
All right. So
And you have to drag the body so the camera doesn't see him.
Is that what it is?
It's X, hold X. Yeah.
Everything's X in this game.
Yeah. It was consistent back
It
then.
was such a consistent game that he would. It's so consistent that he would stay stuck to me even though I let go. That's how consistent it
Press
is.
and hold.
Right. Yep. So I don't remember what this led. Does this lead in the morgue? In the actual morgue?
No, it leads in the section where there are
the prisoners.
prison cells.
Yeah, the prison cells. Okay, so we don't need to go there.
And actually, depending on how you play the manufacturing plan, you
would
would
be
have an
people in the cell,
opportunity
yeah.
to see Ziki Sanders, the terrorist leader of the last map, in there, and you could have another conversation in which he was kind of implying that he has powerful friends and is going to be, it would be out like very, very soon. And if you cross path again, then it would be, it would settle the score with you, kind of thing.
So we pretty much use the same camera design for Mankind Divided. We kind of decided to keep it for ease of.
It's similar.
You know, it's very similar.
Yeah.
How did we deact? Oh no, we just needed to go with the cloaking, right?
Yeah. And I just wonder why we did put on the wall that the sewers were in that direction. From a gameplay perspective, I understand.
Yeah,
but
it's
from a credibility
yeah,
perspective.
it's like, yeah, who cares, right?
Oh,
But,
and now we have our lockers from the future.
Oh yeah, the lockers. So there was a big thing, right? That was like, see, I don't think people realize sometimes, like little trivial things become major,
like lockers,
or like lockers, major problems on the game, and we end up having endless meetings. So, you know, we wanted to have the doors that open, like a locker, like a real thing, right?
A locker,
like yeah, exactly, a locker. And apparently somehow we couldn't do it.
No, we could do it. Is that the problem is that it was a question that the AI, if the door is open, the navigation for AI, where they would take cover and et cetera, et cetera.
It's going to affect the nav mesh and all sorts of
Exactly,
things like that. So they preferred we did it. So we me and a concept artist literally had to sit down and figure out, okay, so how's it going to open? It's going to slide, but if it slides in, where does the door go? Because it's just a locker. It's not large. It's not like a sliding door that slides into a wall. It's like it's just a unit. So it needed to be like these things that are overlapping each other. But then it was like, there's not going to be enough room to see what's inside. And
but I have a scoop for you. In Mankind Divided, the opening like this.
Get out of here.
I'm kidding you not.
The things next gen can do.
Yeah,
like,
the
wow.
next gen. So now.
So that's a scoop.
We have locker doors.
That's a scoop.
Yeah,
It's a scoop. Yeah, we should have said it at E3, man. I remember one night, I was at home and you were doing overtime, and there was
in Picus.
There was a heretical. There was heresy in the game. There was
black magic happening.
There was something very heretical. Yeah. There was a closet, whatever, a locker that opened normally.
It was in Picus in Montreal.
And I don't know.
I sent you a video of
that. I don't know who did it. I don't know how it ended up there, and it worked. And you sent me, so I'm at home and I get this I get this text message from you, and it's a video, and you're like, check this out. And so it's you in the video, and you're like check this out, and then you point it at the screen, and then you open it, and then you close it, then you open it, you close it, you open it, you close it, and then you brought the camera back at you, and you're like, woo, you're like, wow.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed going back to Human Revolution as much as we did. We're currently working hard on the future of the Deus Ex franchise with Mankind Divided, of course, and a bunch of other stuff, and we can't wait to show you more. Thanks for your support.